What is so appealing about driving across a barren wasteland with nothing to do but that? The core of the Avalanche game Mad Max is to drive across the most barren wasteland of Australia after the world gets vaporised by global warming. The essence of The Crew 2 by Ivory Tower is to drive across the desolate, politically devastated wasteland of America and drive around as if using fossil fuels won't lead to the inevitable destruction of the planet. Somehow, The Crew 2 is better than Mad Max without the fast Batman-like combat, constant explosions, the random events initiated by the game. Unlike Mad Max, it undividedly concentrates on driving. There's nothing bogging the game down, making it feel bloated, which is saying a lot for a game that the developers thought, we should put America in the washing machine, and then make that a game. It's the size of some games that often is their downfall. Regularly the scope is immense, and I do mean all of America? It's the idea of lunatics. I should know, I am one. I've had this idiotic idea of a full globe and buildings full of people going about their individual lives, and you with your Sims-like monotony, and the capability to switch your life up with a bit of Grand Theft Auto or mid-level bank robbery. However, if you make that, you're just making a computer simulation of Earth. In short, if you want to commit a crime, do it in real life because it's cheaper than creating an ant farm version of the human race. Enough about my evil plan to torture people in a simulation of my own creation. Let's get back to another simulation where I antagonise genuine motoring enthusiasts. I think that is whom The Crew 2 is aimed at. The type of person who is interested in cars enough to know what ABS or BHP or CAR mean. It's also for those of us who want a good driving game balanced quite well between arcade-like handling and somewhat realistic weight, which was achieved beautifully by Grand Theft Auto 5. While peeling down the freeway at about 230 miles per hour, you aren't entirely in control, yet you can feel comfortable cruising at a 170 range in a monster truck, to which I haven't addressed as of yet. You are no longer held to the ground by glue on your wheels. You can, for lack of a better term, take off and spread your wings. Otherwise you can, well, something humorous regarding boats, and catch some waves. As you're now allowed to take to air, land, or, well, I don't know why you'd want to circumnavigate America in a boat, but yes, you can do it if you like. Gameplay-wise, there's not much to compare it to, as most racing games are a set of menus with lists of tracks. Or there's the Need for Speed hub world that is closed off in races by invisible barriers. Out of those two, The Crew 2 is more comparable with Need for Speed. But while I think the gameplay and world design is much more like the lesser-known Test Drive Unlimited 2, a fellow open-world driving game where you can own a home and a garage so large it makes Top Gear blush. Also featuring a slapdash approach to the world design, it seems very similar to that. The ultimate difference between Test Drive Unlimited 2 and The Crew 2 is their ability to grasp the scope they're aiming for. Eden Games, supported by Atari, who closed the developer 2 years later and sold the rights to Test Drive, never really had a chance, to which it's nice to know the new owner of the name are making a third in the Unlimited series. However, Ivory Tower, founded by 3 former employees of Eden Games, had greater possibilities with a new IP that Ubisoft is clearly interested in, along with players, as the first game boasted over 5 million players. Ultimately, I think The Crew 2 is one of the best racing games for years, at least to capture my attention, as the racing genre has been a pup with a wounded paw for a while now. And this boost has supported it to get the help it needs. The Crew 2 has its given flaws, as assets aren't fully adhered together in some places, or you can see the end of the world in Canada. But it is ludicrous fun jumping in a supercar racing from New York to Los Angeles. Conversely, speeding down the Rockies in a monster truck, switching to a drag racer in Bonneville at 0.4 the speed of sound. It's stupid fun near the rather solemn focus of the alleged story.